welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Rollison, also known as T-Roll. And tonight I am joined by my very good friends. First of all, we have not Justin Sandoval, but we have Anthony Amato, who we like to call Shamato. And of course, we've got our boy Jordan Mosley in the house. Fellas, no Justin tonight, but it's okay. We are here to review Peacemaker. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing really good. It's been a nice week.
You had a good week?
Yeah.
Had a good week. Yeah. No complaints.
It was good. It was just waiting for this new episode to come out and just hopeful and joyous.
That's right. And we actually decided to do something different tonight. We didn't watch it when it came out or watch it today during the day. We waited to watch it together, which is pretty fun. I don't know. Maybe we should do this again next week.
I think so.
Maybe so.
I think so. Little pumpkin bread.
Maybe some pumpkin bread.
Pumpkin bread.
The wife made some delicious pumpkin bread. Yeah. Shout out, wifey. Listen, let's real quick. I am dying to get into the pods, but we got to do business first. So thank you for listening, everybody. I want to remind you to please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are tuned in. And also, listen, the best way to help us out, seriously, you can leave us a review. That's super helpful. And also just hitting that little share button, sending a copy of this podcast episode to a friend of yours that likes Peacemaker, that likes DC stuff, that likes all this geek nerd stuff. Please send us to your friends. That is a great way to help, even if they are in a super racist Earth number 2 world. Okay, so send them this podcast, and yeah, we're trying to find more fans. Preferably in a normal universe, though. Anyways, okay, you guys ready? You guys ready to do it?
Bring it.
All right, here's the spoiler warning for episode number 6 of season 2, which is ending soon, which is so heartbreaking. The episode was called Ignorance is Chris. They've been super punny with almost all of their titles. Jordan, you were saying how much you love the titles.
Yeah, they've nailed all of them. Just hilarious.
And just the fact that they're actually relevant to whatever episode is going on too is just like
Yes.
a like attention to detail that is just like
Next level, right?
yes.
I want to know who wrote the puns.
Yeah.
Because they have been spot on.
Yeah.
All year.
They really have been. So, all under James Gunn's leadership. In James Gunn, we trust. Okay. Again, here's your spoiler warning. And we're live. So, I'm here to tell everyone that I was freaking right. There's no people of color at all in Earth 2. We talked about it last week, boys. Now, they took it up a notch, which we're going to talk about in detail. But holy smokes, they took it up a notch. I didn't know how. We kept saying, I think last week, what is it going to be when Adebayo's out and about? And the moment when she's like, I'm going to go for a walk, we're watching it together. We're like, no.
Stay inside.
Do not.
In a D&D term, you don't split the party. And they just do a terrible job of that.
The whole time. Yeah.
I think, all three, well, I guess all four of the party, when they split up, they all gotten some, other than Adrian, they all got in some sort of trouble.
I mean, honestly, he's very close to being in deep trouble.
Yeah, because his doppelganger is like, you're friends with Peacemaker? I hate that. We can't say everything on this pod, but man, so good. I just want to say real quick that I find it interesting that on this episode where they are, when the theory is confirmed about there being no people of color, it's also the episode where the one person of color on our podcast just so happens to not be on the recording tonight.
Yeah.
Really interesting how Justin Sandoval is not on the podcast with us. So, Sandy, if you're listening, you're making us look very racist. Thank you for that. When it was totally your choice, 100% his choice.
Yes,
totally
his choice.
Just want to make it clear. He decided to not be here tonight. We didn't, in some way, ask him not to be here. And he's also not going to be here next week, but it's totally coincidental.
Yeah, that was not planned.
Don't read any deeper into that.
I just thought that is kind of interesting. But, man, okay. So this episode starts no flashback, no 3 years, 5 years ago, anything like that, to the point where we're watching it together, and I'm like, that is for sure our Peacemaker, right? They're at this diner. They just in their suits. It's post First Avengers eating shawarma. They're just at the diner eating. And again, everything looks great. And literally right from the start, Shamato got into game mode, lean forward to see if there was any people of color, any minorities at all in the diner, nothing
Nope.
at all. And we're just like hawks in this episode. We're just trying to find some color anywhere, and we can't, right? And of course, later on it was confirmed. But yeah, once again, like in this world, you're getting a selfie. Blue Dragon's this hero, like.
Yep.
And then how about that when they took
Face melting.
face melting?
They never explained that, or if they did, I didn't pick it up.
Was that more of something to us, Shimano?
I think it was. I think it was their way of kind of showing that, once again, with the name of the episode being Ignorance is Chris.
Ignorance is Chris. Yes.
I think they were kind of getting at the fact that, like, because we've essentially seen this world through only Chris's eyes, in the sense of, like, we kind of haven't really, although we have noticed that there isn't any diversity, we haven't really seen any negatives of this universe either, honestly, like, other than, like, from a, because who knows why there was no diversity. Like, I mean, it could have been that this is just a universe that evolved without any diversity, and it could have been there was nothing evil there, like that. I mean, that is always there's always that possibility. But I think what they were trying to definitively say is that it's warped. Like this is
something ain't right.
That's what the picture meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, especially knowing that it's the episode's titled, like you said, Ignorance is Chris. And even later on, we're jumping forward, but when Harcourt is like walking around and she says, "Don't you think anything weird here?" He's like, "No, it's perfect," or whatever. He's like, "No, not at all." Like,
well, honestly, like as soon as she was in his brother's Keith's truck, I was like,
she's looking around.
you could see like there was some recognition
Wheels
on her
turning.
face. Like she was like,
nothing.
something's not right.
Yeah, something's not right. Yeah, absolutely.
I felt we got very little Chris this episode.
Yeah, that's true.
For it being named that, like I was just thinking through it, I was like, I don't think we got much Chris.
Yeah, well, we got his ignorance the whole time, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
we really
sure.
only get him when he's with Harcourt, which was a great scene.
Amazing scene.
We'll talk about it in a little bit, but like, you're right. We didn't really get much of him at all. Okay, so yeah, their faces are melting. We go into the normal intro. Intro's great, and then we just see. I think it's the next thing that happens when Adrian takes them to his house to set up the
Yeah, I believe so.
pocket portal.
I think so.
Whatever it's called. And dude, how about his mom?
Yeah, like just like the nicest old lady. She just wants to have a good relationship with her son. She wants to be a part of him. She knew that he didn't have any friends, so she even joined his D&D game.
Yes.
And like she's just like this sweet little old lady, and he just hates her.
Yeah.
We were
Like,
trying to
or
figure
doesn't
out like
hate her, but like he's very annoyed by her.
we're trying to figure out like what the stick was gonna be with the mom. Like we're like, is it gonna be just like an over the top famous actress, or is she gonna be just crazy nice when he says she's terrible? That's what they went with.
That's what they went with.
Which
Yeah.
was great.
I mean, it's a fantastic trope to do. To like, I knew as soon as like he was dogging on his mom so hard, I was like, I feel like it creates this almost interesting parallel to the way that Chris talked about his father in the beginning of season 1, like because he was pretty positive of his dad at the beginning of season 1, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's like this. So he was kind of this. It's the opposite. It's like, so at the beginning of season 1, Chris is positive about his dad, but his dad is just this awful human being. And of course, you get this play on it, where he's just dogging on his mom, and she's like the nicest, sweetest lady you could ever meet.
Yes, and like she knows all of them because he talks about them, but he, fabricates some of it.
Embellished.
Yes.
A
Yeah,
little bit.
that's a great word.
Yeah.
Embellished a little bit. So when she's like, "Oh, you're hardcore,"
Yes.
it's like, "No, Harcourt." And dude, the way that his mom just embarrasses him, he's like, "Mom, shut up, please, just go upstairs."
I love how Harcourt just like she didn't correct her.
I know. Well, she
just
was.
let it roll.
She was annoyed though.
She was annoyed, but
Yes.
she let it roll. I was like, "Oh man, she's about to like bust this bubble."
Yeah, well, I
along with
think she just wanted him to see him get like buried
Yeah.
by all this. I do want to kind of throw out this one thing here is that like up until this point, Vigilante has been so protective of his identity and his secret identity, and yet he is so willing to flap about every other person
Oh,
that's in this secret,
yes.
like Black Ops group with
Yes.
him.
Yes, that is so
and
true.
I know it's just to his mother, but still.
Do you remember in season 1 when he was going to kill the veterinarians?
Yes. Yeah, because they were honestly, it was so awesome with the veterinarians too when they were like they just wanted to join, like
That's true.
yeah, but yeah, like he wanted to do that. He wanted to kill multiple different people, like just
Yeah.
because of the fact that, like the scene outside the police station when Adebayo, pegs him as vigilante. And he's so adamant that he's not. Even when he's getting tortured, he's like.
Yeah.
He's messing up his face because he's
face.
like, oh, like if I do this, he won't be able to
Pick me up in a lineup.
pick me up in the lineup.
Pick me out
Yes,
in the lineup, yeah.
but yeah, just the fact that he's so, protective of his own secret identity, but he's just
Yeah.
blabbing about everybody
Willy-nilly.
else.
Yeah,
You
totally.
know what would have been really funny? This I don't want to get out of order here, but like talking about like the post credit, how we were saying like we wanted something else. How funny would it have been, just like him and his mom eating like breakfast at the kitchen table, and he's just like spilling about his friends and like
Yeah, that would've been good.
telling him, just dishing about everything going on with his
Or-
girlfriend hardcore.
Or if he was saying like some of the things he was talking about, like some of the things that his mom
Yep.
said about hardcore, if
Yep.
we saw him say that.
Like sitting down like watching late night TV with his mom, and he's just
Yes.
like spilling. Oh, that would have been hilarious because we wanted Adrian
Oh yeah.
in the post credit.
Yeah, we really did.
That would have been great.
Another interesting one would have been if we had seen a scene of his mom blabbing, and we find out like she's like blabbing to like one of her friends who ends up being like an Argus agent
Yeah.
or something like
Oh,
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Like, oh yeah, my son's vigilante.
yeah, like just something like that, like ridiculous like that.
Dude, also like side note, so all this by the way, all the cocaine, drugs, money, all Beanie Babies, literally everything that Vigilante has in his basement,
It's crazy. I mean,
Insane.
but honestly, it makes a lot of sense. Like in the sense that he wouldn't, because whether his reasoning was more that they'd be corrupt or that they would use the drugs, but also it creates a situation where it's like, well, where did you get all these drugs?
Yeah.
So he kind of like it helps him protect. He's protecting his identity by doing
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the money, because you can trace money and things like that. If they're like, this is the money from the Johnson Street heist, like
Yeah.
or something, whatever.
It's just funny, like how poor. Like they've gone out of their way to show how poor all these people are.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there he is with just
Millions of dollars.
Hardcore, it's like there's got to be millions of dollars down here, and then as soon as he like turns around to like put his suit on or something, they're like stuffing money in their shirts and their pants and their jackets.
It's interesting because it's almost like Adrian doesn't understand the concept of money.
Yes.
Like and he's seen it like in different TV shows and movies and things like that where there'll be a character who just doesn't understand, like, and lots of time it actually tracks with the possibility of him being autistic and like
Yeah.
him not quite understanding like how money really works.
Mhm.
He just knows that it's important to
Maybe he
use-
just like he takes like Tylenol on the
God, I knew. I had a feeling something was going. I had a feeling. You were going to say something like that. All right, we're leaving it there. We don't have any Tylenol, but we have a lot of cocaine in the basement. And also, whenever Argus shows up with their scanner, which another thing we have to get.
Oh yeah.
But whenever Argus shows up and finds this, they're gonna be like, "What the heck, dude? Look at all these drugs." Okay.
The mom's not gonna have a key to the closet.
Yes, that's right.
She
Yeah,
isn't. Nope.
they're gonna have to find another way in through that door. Okay. So-
There's no way that we're gonna see a scene of Flurry looking at those ostriches and having no idea what they are.
what kind of Beanie Babies they are? Bird blindness, man. Don't knock it. Okay. So they get into the pocket dimension,
Yes.
and there's some fun dialogue.
Although I don't know if we should refer to it as a pocket dimension.
What
I
is
think
it?
it's just like another dimension.
Okay.
I think like a pocket dimension is more like what was in Superman. Like it's like these mini universes inside it. Whereas I think this is like just legitimately a second universe.
Yeah, but the connection point between those, like that's what I mean.
Well, okay, yeah, that's a pocket.
Like
Yes.
the alien that comes out of the other door. Like is
Yes.
he in Chris 2's universe or is he in his own universe?
I think he's in his
That's
own.
probably that's
Yeah,
how I
I
would
think he's
think.
in some other third. So yeah, you are correct. Like I would say,
like a waiting room.
that room is like it's like a bus terminal It's like
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Train station.
yeah,
King's Cross.
King's Cross. Yeah, they're in
yes,
King's Cross. So, anyways, they're walking through. They're having some fun dialogue, but ultimately they find the door, and of course, Adrian knows the code perfectly,
As he should.
as he should. And they get in, and then instantly they're going throughout the house, and it didn't take long before Keith kind of finds them. They're hardly walking around that house for long. They're making comments about like, man, like this Peacemaker's living nice, you know?
yeah,
They get into Peacemaker's room. Harcourt sees pictures of this Earth with her version of her with Peacemaker, and just freaking out. And then Keith shows up, and I still can't figure out if he's some superhero how he didn't figure out that there were 3 other people there, or pick up on the fact that Harcourt was different. That was kind of
I think okay. So I think it was legitimately like there was no other than the fact that she was being weird.
weird. Yeah,
I think there's a decent chance that he just doesn't. Maybe they don't know that there's other universes.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe he's just dumb. Like I mean, like Peacemaker's not the smartest person.
I mean, yeah. When with
Maybe.
what ends up happening in this universe, when you're limiting your population's ability to grow mentally, like only a certain amount of people are allowed education.
sure.
Like
Yeah,
the dumb rises to the top.
The dumb rises
like
Idiocracy.
essentially, but there's just fewer people to do the roles.
Yeah.
So like more likely that someone who is unqualified will end up with it. Also, like I mean, they're the third. I mean, he essentially is being pulled in there by the dad and their, and their suits that they found, or not, that they were essentially given the ability to, because I think what we saw a lot of in the previous episode when you found about the dimensional portal is that the dad was kind of given the knowledge. He didn't earn the knowledge of being able to build the helmets in their universe, right?
And the Universe A and
In Universe A, like he was not. He even says, "Yeah, my dad dropped out of like 10th grade." Like he was given the
all
knowledge,
this technology and
this technology. He didn't earn it, so it would make sense that the people wielding this stuff, that they're just being given it. They're not necessarily. They don't have to
the
be top
creators.
line intelligent.
maybe. And I also think too, just this Keith standing here in the room, like probably just doesn't ever feel threatened by anyone.
That and like why would he think that there's a second version of this person that I know well?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, but I mean, like later on, their dad, Blue Dragon, totally senses Economos like
Yeah.
crawling. That's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. Where it's like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't pick up on it. But anyways, they had to have it that way because they had to have a scene where she gets separated.
Yeah.
As one of you guys said earlier, they're separating like crazy in this. They're not staying together.
Yeah.
So Harcourt ends up going with Keith to Argus, and Vigilante is just so consumed with the idea of finding himself
yes,
in this other Earth. And like, let's talk about this scene where he finds his house and just his commentary.
like everything is like I don't know.
Funny.
He's acting like everything is like this crazy obscure thing, but it just looks like a house.
It's like, there's a chipmunk in my universe.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
it's a squirrel. He's like, but you're a chipmunk in my universe. It's like it's not that different, you know.
Yeah, yeah, like all this stuff he's acting like is the most crazy.
Why are there 6 cats? What would they be saying to each other? It's like no one
Yes.
thinks that stuff when they see
No,
this. Little
they don't.
figurine.
And then of course he goes by his parents who are watching TV and all. Okay, so I will say one of the weird things of do they think that was just their regular son
I
walking
think so.
by? Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, I think because of the similarities, like
Same suit.
they didn't
color.
even look.
okay, yeah. Like they were just like he's always weird like that. But yeah, like and then just the comment he makes about his dad and like my idea is that the reason why his dad isn't gay in this universe is because, well, honestly, because he probably is gay. It's just
Not
the
okay.
the fallout from being gay
Oh boy. Yeah.
is
No, that's a good
probably
point.
so awful
That's a really good
that
point.
you just hide yourself.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a good point, Amato. And he doesn't know that yet. So he goes downstairs, and of course his keys work, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And he finds himself, and at first the other vigilante, the Earth 2 vigilante, seems super serious, right?
Yeah.
And then the moment he takes off his mask, he's like, "I'm from another dimension." instantly they're the same
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
and it's
they're-
the most perfect thing I've ever seen. You know,
The Spider-Man meme.
the
that was
Spider-Man
great.
meme.
They're so joyous.
They're so joyous.
And I think on top of that, I think part of the reason why he was so wanting to meet himself, other than the fact that like the idea of meeting yourself in this other universe is probably just intriguing with him, and he's just weird. Like his mom kind of states the reason why in universe A. He didn't have enough people for a D&D group.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's sad.
he has it's almost in his mind. He's probably like, this is a lock for somebody to be my friend.
That's right.
Like more than anyone who's ever existed, me. Like
I gotta
like,
find my
yes,
other version.
I have to
of me.
find me. If I have a friend, this would be the person.
Exactly. That's a good point, man. And another reason why he is just so obsessed with like Peacemaker's my best friend because he doesn't really have any friends, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, they're talking, the two vigilantes, and this exchange is great. They say like probably 10 to 15 things like favorite best Pokemon, Infernape. Do you ever look at this one cloud and like want to like go back inside because I don't even remember everything
Yeah.
he said, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
because they are just riffing and it's so funny. It's
Yes.
so joyous, and then a turn.
Yes, that turn. Oh my gosh, because it's all happening at the same time.
Like that,
Yeah,
that
all
was,
the
that was
turns
the
are happening.
first. That was the first like domino to fall, right? Like something's weird.
Yeah,
I guess at least blatant.
Yeah, like overtly. Like
Yeah.
we kind of assumed that the Sons of
Yep.
Liberty were against the top trio,
Yes,
but we didn't really like. It wasn't explicitly said,
Yeah.
even though
True.
right, like
yeah, because we didn't know like exactly. Like we had seen what Chris had done, and even what Keith had done to the Sons of Liberty.
right.
But was it a direct? We didn't know 100% if it was direct actions against each other, or if it was if the Sons of Liberty had just a gripe against somebody.
Yes,
And Top Trio was just stopping
like
them.
that episode where they did their terrorist attack.
Yes.
and they're gonna blow up a government agency, and that guy's about to kill that woman at the top. It's like he didn't say we hate the top trio.
No.
I don't remember what he said, but I feel like we would have fully
Yeah.
remembered.
Essentially, he just was like the government. It was
Yeah.
just the government in general.
Right.
Is what it seemed to be aiming at. And up until this point, we didn't really know was it just a tangential connection, or was it direct head to head animosity?
Yeah, because now Vigilante 2 is like, no, I freaking hate that guy. He didn't say freaking. Talking about Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Like, I've dedicated my life to destroying him or whatever.
Arch nemesis.
Arch nemesis. Yes.
This is arch nemesis.
Great
yes.
way
that-
for
that was
Vigilante
great,
to
Yeah, he's like he's the reason why I joined the Sons of
Sons
Liberty.
of Liberty. Yeah, he did
And
say
then that was kind of like the end,
Yeah.
of that. And it was like,
no,
whoa.
want to see more.
And it was like the Sons of Liberty. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that is.
Exactly. All right. There's three more, I think, in my mind, big things to talk about. We're gonna finish with Adebayo at the end because it's
Yeah,
the
why
biggest thing.
don't we do the one last thing in Universe A?
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
That's right. Let's get to Flag. So
Mhm.
Flag's in his office, and Flurry comes in,
Yeah.
tells him the bad news. Flag's like, I need time to think, and Flurry sits down, and he's sitting at his desk. He's like, like twice.
Yeah.
And Flag's like, are you freaking serious? Alone, So, anyways, Flag makes a call. He's going to what's it called? The prison
Belle Reeve.
Belle Reeve.
It's down in Louisiana.
Louisiana. And we don't know who we were going to get.
Yeah.
We did know, thanks to our friend Justin. He tells us there's a big cameo, so we knew a cameo was coming.
Yeah, I think we were kind of expecting the prisoner. Once he said Belle Reeve, we were kind of thinking the prisoner. So we kind of took a second to think about it. We kind of threw out a couple people, some of the old Suicide Squad people.
Yeah.
One that I threw out as maybe it's Killer Croc or something
Yeah.
like that. Just because of the fact that earlier in the episode they had talked about alligators and of course, an alligator and crocodiles are different things, but
Which honestly,
honestly,
opportunity missed, James Gunn. That was a great
yeah,
opportunity.
honestly it was. But also the fact that Adrian is an idiot and probably would not be able to tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile
100%.
would be a perfect segue, honestly.
Sounds like a great post-credit scene.
Yes.
Just saying.
But yeah, we get but it's you get this just behind, and I was like, oh, when
You said it.
yes, because you don't see the top of his head, and I was like, man, what if that's Lex?
And literally, me and Jordan were sitting there next to you. I don't know how you felt, but I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Like that would be too significant of a cameo, you know? No way, no way. And then, sure enough, sits down. You see his bald head,
That was
and we
great.
dude,
That was great.
we just like, you know, we made a lot of noise in the living room
Yeah,
watching it.
that would have
you
been
know?
amazing. I wonder also if they were maybe trying to do maybe like a misdirect and maybe think he was the Riddler for a second because he had the cane.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like
yeah.
I was wondering if maybe
Dude, I even didn't I pause it? And I'm like, why would he doesn't have a limp, right?
Yeah.
yes, you did bring up the limp, and I was like, well, he did get pretty beat up by Crypto at the
Yeah,
end.
I guess so. That's true. Yeah, crypto came through. But anyways, dude, Lex freaking Luthor sits down across from Flag, and I mean, what a just massive cameo to have on
Yeah.
on your streaming show. You know?
And like it's great because of the control that James Gunn has over the DCU, something that none of the rest of the DC people had.
Yeah.
You can do these things and get away with no one knowing because honestly, they probably just literally were like, okay, we're shooting this shot for super. Who knows? The cast or the crew probably didn't know until they got there that day.
Yeah.
Like, I would
Yeah.
not be surprised. They were like, okay, so we're shooting this scene. It's gonna be a post credit scene for Superman. It's gonna be just
We're using a normal
yes.
prison, backdrop.
it's just gonna be like Frank. It's going to be General Flag coming to see Lex, and it's gonna be him talking about something to set up Man of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like literally, he could have given them all that information, and it would have made all the sense in the world, and it would have been a misdirect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, anyways, they have a good exchange where Lex is saying, he's trying to bargain for his freedom.
Yeah.
Flag's asking for help. I loved when Flag said, "We've got someone who has a dimensional portal rift, whatever that you can put on the move," and you see Lex's face like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that where he was almost like impressed?
Yeah, because I mean he had a portal
Right.
as well, but it was
Cumbersome.
pretty clunky.
Yes.
And then like it was getting just like it got torn apart.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you could see like his wheels were turning. I'm like, okay, how did they do this?
Yeah, exactly. But then basically the point of that is we come to find out that Lex has a scanner and
Yes.
agrees to give it to Flag, and Flag is going to move him to a different prison. Did you guys
Yes.
check the name of that? I don't.
It was like Van Null or Van
something like that.
Hull or something like that.
Skull, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, with no metahumans.
Yeah, we're led to believe, based on what he said earlier, no metahumans there. Which is good if you're Lex because of the horrifying thing he described hearing in the cell next
Oh
to
yeah,
him.
that was
Yeah.
pretty horrifying. I think it also is partially because with no metahumans, he's kind of implying the possibility that it'd be significantly easier to break out.
Yes.
Like, of course, I think that's kind of what he's getting at is like,
Well, and I mean, Flag admitted to Bordeaux. He's like, "Yeah, we're basically partners with Lex Luthor now."
Yeah. Yep.
So-
And maybe it's gonna be more of like a summer camp for him where he can like maybe that's the prison that he's going to like kind of be working and tinkering on whatever he ends up wearing in Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we know that he's going to be on his way. They're going to eventually find Adrian's house, probably.
You would think so.
You'd think
Yeah.
so. You'd
Yeah,
think
because
so.
I mean, honestly, because it's just it's humming like the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it is, once the scanner goes on, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be here.
Yep. Yep. But no, let's talk about Harcourt. So
Yes,
she's
yes.
caught by the drug dog at Argus and Earth 2 and basically goes into this room, and right away Peacemaker knows, like, because he just left the other Harcourt,
Yes.
and only he would know the sheer difference between the two.
Yes.
So he knows right away who that is. And man, how about this scene in the quote unquote interrogation room where just the heartstrings are being
Yeah.
pulled left and right.
Yeah, I think it was like it's interesting because it's like finally this opportunity for Chris to kind of like tie her down a little bit, like in the
Yeah.
sense of like because every other opportunity that she's had the ability to kind of like leave the
Leave it,
situation,
yep.
to get out, to do something, go somewhere.
Or just blow it up. Like
Yeah.
she's like blown up those situations in the past where she just shuts it down.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
and just like I feel like this was his opportunity. Like he had her to like he could finally get her to pin down why and how everything was going and everything like that. I think it was just like his opportunity to finally really get a real answer.
Yes, yes. And what an answer. So, okay, first of all, Peacemaker does say, I love you.
Mhm.
Yes.
And she says, she hits him with the
Ooh,
Han Solo.
Yep.
I know. But man, I was very moved by her performance in this. Like,
Yeah.
you could just tell, like, she is not capable of being loved.
Yes, like she's not there like right now, like with everything in her existence.
Yeah.
I will say Harcourt is probably my least favorite character. And I thought it was really just like how she's being played. Like, because I mean, this the whole tough girl act, like, just doesn't really
Doesn't do it
resonate.
for you?
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. So I attributed that to like rough acting, right?
Yeah.
But I think in this episode, it really reflected like how good of a job she is doing. I mean,
Yeah.
they haven't dove like too deep into like Earth B's Harcourt, which I don't think they really need to.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't all that much there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think in this scene, like you were saying, T-Roll, like she was going like shot for shot with Cena, and I thought he did a really good job too.
Oh, yeah.
there was
Yeah, like
a lot of emotion in that.
yeah, a lot of emotion. I love the way that she was like she was the way she was almost pacing around the room. It was almost like it was almost like when you like an animal that's being cornered.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like she was just so uncomfortable and she just wanted to be out of that room so bad and she just like she couldn't leave that room. She knew she couldn't leave that room, but she wanted to escape so bad. And you were just seeing her literally just physically move around as much as humanly possible in that room.
Yep. And I think she said some line to the effect of, I don't have access to my emotions, to
Like
these
you do,
emotions
yes.
like you do. Yeah, like you could just tell. I mean, in her eyes swelling up with tears, like
Yeah.
she is just it's sad. She's a broken woman.
She is. She's very broken.
Very broken.
And like it's gonna be interesting to see if they go deeper than it just like where does this come from? Because we haven't gotten really a whole lot about her. Like as a like we've gotten some, some background on some of the other of the main characters, but like hers is pretty. Even though that we got like the Rick Flag Jr. part,
Yeah.
we don't know a whole lot about like her upbringing. Like the only thing
Yeah.
that we got was that when she was super young, she was given a gun, and they talk about that a little bit at one point. And like what does that mean? Like, and how she was treated? Was she treated like like how was she raised?
Yeah.
I could kind of see her almost being raised by like a dad who didn't either want a daughter or didn't know how to raise a daughter.
Yeah.
I could see something along those lines being like somewhere in her storyline, like to the point to where she just like doesn't have the access, like she
Yeah.
said, to her emotions. She's calloused to that point, to where she can't physically. She literally just
She just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has no ability to get there.
I like how like towards the end of that conversation, she was almost like tipping her hand a little bit to where she was like wanting him
the push.
and to say like, she said like, oh, like what if I do love you, like you're gonna come back, and if I don't, like you're gonna stay, like
Right. Yeah.
it was almost like okay, like do you want to be with like me, or is it like just any version of me? Is that okay,
Ooh,
or is it actually me?
Yeah.
And like I don't, unless I missed it, like I don't think he like explicitly said like what she was looking for, and then she does what she does, and she blew it up, and like towards the end, and like
Yeah, and
that was it.
She blew it up, but also in the sense where he's not prepared to just leave. Right, like that was really clear. He's like, I can't leave my dad, my brother, and then this is awkward. He's like, and the other you, she's nice. She's
Yeah.
not you, but she's nice. I was like, dude, just zip the lips,
yeah,
buddy.
stop talking.
Zip the lips, buddy. And then right in that moment, that's when the office security guy says,
Yep.
she's free to go. So of course,
Because they always have to stop it just before the real breakthrough moment.
yes,
Yep.
exactly. So okay. Grand finale here. This is everyone who's listening is like they made us wait 30 minutes to talk about just the whole point of this episode, right? But that's why we're good podcasters. So, anyways, Harcourt from our universe and Peacemaker, which there's only one left now. So, yeah, our Peacemaker. They're walking through the office.
He's Highlander.
And these scenes are happening all at once, okay?
Yes.
But I'm just going to talk about Harcourt for a moment. She's walking through, and this is where she says, "Don't you notice anything weird here?" He's like, "No, it's awesome."
Yeah.
And she's like, I haven't seen a single person of color." And I'm trying to think, what did he say in response to that? I think he said, "No way," right? Pretty sure he's like, "No way," like that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what he was getting at. It's just like
Yeah.
this,
He's just oblivious.
And
I mean, he's living his own.
Yeah,
his
I
dream.
honestly think like it's just the fact that I think he's literally blinded. I think he's
Yes.
blinded by the fact that
It's
he's
ignorance.
getting. It is, but I think it's the fact that he's blinded by love, like in the sense of like his father's love, Keith's love, the fact that Amelia wants to be with him,
Yeah.
the admiration that everyone's giving him. It just like I don't think he can see anything past that at the moment.
And
yet.
I don't. I mean, again, I don't think you can blame him in that sense. I don't think for one moment he realized there's no diversity. There's no
Yeah.
people of
This
color.
is awesome.
And then I don't think for one moment he was like, "Nah, no big deal." I just think he.
No,
again,
I literally
it's-
just think he didn't.
It's literally
He was getting
ignorance.
fed everything that he needed from the other universe, like everything he'd been wanting. So
Yes,
he's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
it's-
looking out. He has blinders on.
it's
Yeah,
literally
100%.
ignorance is Chris.
Yep.
It's literally that. Once again, a perfect show title.
'Cause
So
he's getting like you said, he's getting all the love that he's always wanted from all the people.
yes,
he's always wanted.
yes,
Like so, like it's this euphoric idea for him, and I think he just literally does not have the capability
Yeah.
of noticing anything else.
And I just want to shout out us on this podcast. I learned we're not the only people who had this theory, okay, in the last week or so, but I'm still proud of us for like talking about this last week. We freaking called this, okay? And we said, what is it going to be like when Adebayo is just in the public somewhere?
Yep.
What is going to happen?
You know what's crazy though? We kind of talked about it like off the pod, I think last week, but we got 0 judo master this week.
Dude, I know. Where
which
is
is kind of
Judo?
weird.
Do you know what that makes me believe? He's already been caught.
Do you think he went into the wrong place? Because like he didn't go into the world.
Well, we don't know. We
he
know
went into the pocket.
We know he went in the pocket, but I'd like to assume that he just followed Chris he was tailing him the whole time.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Like if
Like,
they,
we're-
He's still in the
what if
pocket
like the
somewhere?
first 5 minutes of the next episode is just Judo Master,
With the alien.
not with the alien, but like he goes in and he's caught, and then you see like
In Earth
where
2? In Earth 2?
yeah,
or
on Earth 2 you
oh,
see
yeah, yeah.
where he goes.
Well, that's not what that's not what he's saying. He's saying he's in the pocket universe. still.
yeah.
Or he went into a third.
Or
something
another
like
door.
that. Like
Yeah.
it was just weird that like we were kind of talking like, oh, like he's the first person like of color to go in there. Like what's gonna happen? And then we were expecting to see some sort of him, and we
Yeah.
got 0.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I think what Amato just said, I think is going to happen. Look, they're going to get Adebayo. Let's be honest.
I mean,
She's-
she was running.
She's not getting away, bro.
She was running though.
She's not
gonna
getting away.
Build an unlikely friendship with Judo Master.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Because they're both going to realize what kind of effed up world are we in
Yeah.
here?
Because they still have like what's probably going to happen is they're going to have. It'll be interesting. Are they going to put them like in like a holding cell and they're going to work together like team, or is it going to be a situation where like they're the only two people who have any hope or anything where they're at? Like there's going to be a bunch of people of
Oh,
color.
gosh. It's going to be so. Okay.
Go through what you were talking about, T-Roll.
What was I
Like
talking
when we
about?
were watching it, like when we were watching like what Keith.
Okay,
He
yes.
says,
okay,
yeah,
okay. This
you
is
gotcha.
the thing I need to talk about. So we're watching it, and you're seeing Adebayo walk, and she's oblivious, rightfully so. It's just nice spring day, no idea what's going on. You see this one lady drive by, this white woman just has the craziest look in her eyes.
Yeah.
And then you see Keith further down the street, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I kind of thought Keith was going to be way more like violent right away, but he was
I wouldn't
like
have
as if he's the authority force, but he's
Yeah.
not. So we learn he's not totally in control, but we also learn something crazy it's so preposterous that he literally says, "One got out."
Yep.
A black, and he's screaming it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honking his horn, causing it, bringing attention. And then, dude, like
Everyone.
like a
Where
zombie
did those,
horde.
yeah,
of-
where did those people come from?
Yeah.
dude, what in the world? Like we talked about it last week, and that this is my theory that there's no black people, no people of color. It's just a white, Nazi world. Well, you speculated the Nazi side of it, but I was
Yes.
like, but to see just people running at her
Yeah.
was crazy.
I think they purposely made him a little bit more reserved in his reaction to her.
Yeah.
Not like as viscerally, like violently racist. Because I think what they're trying to convey is that this isn't some like outrageous like worldview. This is
Yeah.
the centered worldview.
Right. This is the normal
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like this is the normal reaction to this situation.
Anybody would react this way in
Yes.
this world. In this
Yes,
world.
in this world. So I think that's kind of what they were trying to convey with him being less like, because he could have come out and he could have had like a pistol on him, and
Could've.
just
He
like,
probably does.
or like
He was
something along those
genuinely
lines.
confused. Like,
Yeah, he
whoa,
was.
whoa, you're not
Yes,
you're not supposed
that's right.
to be here. Like, what's
That's
going
right.
on?
That's right.
Yeah, like much more like
Almost like, dude, it's amazing because again, the fact that he said one got out. That's where I'm
Yeah.
like, got no. Because in my theory was like, did they? This is gonna sound really, really bleak right here, but it's like, did they eradicate minorities? Like that was kind
Yeah.
of one of the things. Like, is this just a world where there's simply none? But instead, we learn they are being held somewhere. When he says one got out, that's what I'm saying. That little nuance was like that shocked me when he said that. And honestly, like we might, like you just speculated on it, Shimano. We might see whatever kind of prison kind of place
Yeah.
they're keeping minorities in.
Mhm.
Dude, it's a little weird. It's really weird. But again, that line was crazy to me.
would it be interesting? It'd be really interesting to see if they could somehow like, if we see this world a little bit more and like the signs have been there the whole time. Like there's been things like maybe like something that we've seen earlier in the show, but we maybe only saw like part of it,
Like the
and then-
flag.
Like yes, like the
Yeah.
flag, or like maybe there's a corner where like you saw something in the first part, but then like if you see it from a little different angle, it completes a message that is much more like white supremacist.
It's a good point. Like
Along those lines.
if literally the Argus front desk where they've shown a couple times with that guy Billy or Willie or whoever.
Yeah.
Like what if there is like a swastika right on the bottom of it? We just like the camera hasn't gone that low.
Yes. Yeah. Like literally, you just can't see it. Like
And then you'd be like, "Whoa, Chris, you really didn't see that Peacemaker? Like
Yeah.
what the heck, dude?"
That's true.
yeah. So it'd be interesting to see like those kind of like little reveals to see like the world kind of unfolding.
That was a really cool way to reveal too, though.
Oh, the flag, dude.
That was
Yes.
really
literally.
cool.
So while Adebayo, this is after Keith screams, "One got out," and then literally, it's just poetic the way they just interweave these scenes.
Yeah.
You see them walking in Argus, and you see a little flag on a desk after she said, "I haven't seen a single person of color here," and he says, "No way." Then we see that flag, and the camera pulls attention to it.
Yeah, we're like,
Literally.
no way.
Yes, together, the three of us were
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a freaking Nazi flag, because you could tell it's an American like red, white, and blue flag. They're in America, but you can't see where the square-
crease.
Yeah, you can't see the stars. You're
Yeah.
like, what's gonna be there? And dude, sure enough, freaking a swastika
Yep.
on the freaking American colors, surreal to see. And dude, now it's like we're gonna get to see Peacemaker kill some freaking Nazis.
Yeah. So for those of you who do not know, there's an animated show that James Gunn made for the DCU. It was the first. Property for the DCU. It had a character in it that I would love if they put this into live action. It's voiced by Sean Gunn. And his name's G.I. Robot.
G.I. Robot.
He's great.
Yes. G.I. Robot is phenomenal, and he's literally like in the animated show at least 10 times, and he was like, "Do you want to kill some Nazis?"
That's all. Yeah, that's all he's programmed to
Yes,
do.
that's what he's programmed
He's
to
ready
do.
to
is
do it.
Kill Nazis.
We need him in this universe for sure.
So it would be phenomenal if we get a cameo of him in here, because I mean all these universes are supposed to be like like essentially one universe.
Yeah.
And it is legitimately it's a part of this.
Ooh, I just had a thought. Okay. All right, hold on. Okay, so everyone that they have met are people. Everyone that they've met, like at Argus, everyone, like even on the street, Adebayo's getting chased by every white person in that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's bad, right? Except now the Sons of Liberty, or whatever, was it Sons of Liberty?
Yes.
Sons of Liberty. So I think, because I was just thinking, like, I want to know the history of this world. Like, how is it America with a swastika? Like, what's the dynamic there? And I bet Vigilante 2 is going to be able to give Vigilante 1
or like
history.
Yeah. He's probably going to be the exposition guy.
Yes, I think so. Which will be, I think, pretty awesome.
Either that, or that'll be exposition, or we'll get what will be actually really kind of like an interesting like double down is we get exposition from Vigilante. Kind of like weaved into exposition from somebody who's in lockup with Adebayo and Judo Master. So you're getting like this sort of comedic, off the wall, like
it's gonna be straight
crazy
up
person vigilante.
Ask me any question about Hitler.
Like you're gonna get like these crazy like questions like in responses from Vigilante, and then you're gonna be getting these like super serious like awful things from this person who's in lockup.
Yeah. Man, crazy. So on top of everything storyline that's amazing with this show, just or the mystery that, what is Earth 2, what is going on here? It's like just on top of that, the acting's been good, the story, the writing's been good, everything's been good about this show.
Yep.
Seriously, like can't really think of anything. Well, I mean, we still haven't technically gotten any Vigilante action, but at least he put his suit on this time.
It's about what if it's like vigilante on vigilante action?
No, because I think he's going to win him over.
Yeah, I think that's pretty like
Easy.
I think it's relatively easy, especially because if you remember the scene from season 1 where he goes into the prison.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Vigilante is like 100% on, and he also like straight up says the only like really he's only maybe said 2 or 3 total negative things about Chris, and one of them is him being associated with him because Chris is racist.
Yeah. So I think I can't imagine any sort of, and if there is vigilante on vigilante action, like it's going to be quick. Like because I think he's gonna, and I think he's just gonna. Our vigilante is gonna say to Vigilante 2, like, yeah, but that's my Peacemaker. He's not like that. He's a hero, and he's not.
He's gonna be like, your Peacemaker is dead. Like,
Yeah,
I incinerated him. And then he's gonna be like,
best
we're
friends.
best friends.
Yes,
Yeah, like it'll be something like that, or like maybe they'll fight for a second and be like, he's like, why would you want to stand? Why are you best friends with that racist like POS or something like that?
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, wait, he's not racist. Yeah. And then they'll like hold on and be like, okay, we need to talk.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so good. Okay, all right. I think it's time to wrap it up. Any last thoughts?
No, great episode.
Yeah.
Excited for next week.
Truly fantastic. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a fun podcast. Again, great show. Literally cannot wait to see where they take it. Be sure to come back next week. We will be reviewing episode number 7, which is the penultimate episode, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Sadly. Okay. So we'll be coming back for episode number 7. And, yeah, like I said earlier, our one person of color member of the podcast will not be here. So it's like an Earth 2 version of the Royal Geek Podcast.
It's true.
Ignorance is Royal Geek Podcast. Just kidding. But seriously, Justin will not be here, so, boo him next time you hear his voice. Justin, we know you're probably listening. We do miss you, brother. We really wish you could have been here for this one, so we won't forgive you. With all that in mind, for my good friends, Shamato and our boy Jordan Mosley, this is T-Roll saying thank you so much for listening to the Royal Geek Podcast. We will see you next time, you peasants.